Hey there, Global Freedom Community. Good morning. Good morning. I am so excited to be coming live with you today. I have to admit, my mom and I have been kind of looking forward to this day for about 10 weeks now because we have something really exciting and really surprising to share with you at the end of today's video. So, as you're coming on, let me know you're here. Let me know that you're hanging out with me. I'm going to double check my phone, make sure we're live in all the right places. We are streaming kind of all over Facebook and YouTube and all that good stuff. So let me make sure we are live. Give me just a second. All right, we are fantastic. So as you're coming on, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And like I said at the beginning, my mom and I have been really looking forward to today for about 10 weeks. We've been working really hard behind the scenes to bring you something really, really special that we feel like is missing in the online business space. And I'm going to tell you what that is at the end of today's video. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you about how to start really creating a profit from your efforts on social media. Okay. Hey there, Kim. Good morning. Good to see you here. So let me know in the chat if you ever feel like you're showing up, you're giving value, you're doing all the right things when it comes to what you've been told you need to do to grow your business on social media. And yet, at the end of the day, you're still not seeing the dollars in the bank account that match the level of effort that you are putting in, right? If you ever feel that way, let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat, because that's how my mom and I used to feel when it came to growing our personal brand on social media. We really felt like, we were doing all the stuff. We were showing up, and people kept telling us, well, if you just keep showing up, you just keep showing up, it's gonna work. It's gonna work, right? Just don't quit. Keep showing up every single day. And when you've been doing that for kind of a long time and you don't really see the fruits of your labor like ever, it's extremely discouraging, right? Like you're just sitting here going, what the heck am I doing wrong? Like I'm showing up, I'm giving value, I'm talking to people, I'm doing everything everybody's telling me to do, but it's not creating dollars in the bank account, right? And so it's very discouraging. So when my mom and I first launched the Global Freedom Community, we had been feeling this way for quite some time. All right. We had these ideas for years about how to create a personal brand, how to start profiting from that personal brand, how to start impacting more and more people all over the world with the knowledge that we had to share. And yet, at the end of the day, so many things that we tried didn't work. And I'm not going to bore you with that story. We already kind of covered that in part 1 of this series, right? When I shared our overnight success story that took 10 years to happen. So I'm not going to bore you with all of that. If you haven't watched that video, definitely go back to the replays. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, you'll be able to find the replays on the group, on the page, on the channel. But go back and watch part 1 if you want to really hear that story. But just as a quick reminder, our success, although it kind of felt overnight when it really finally happened, it was really anything but that. And what I want to share with you today is the difference that made the difference. Like what allowed us to go from feeling that frustrated, that stuck, to hitting $300,000 in sales within a 10-month period, when before that we had never hit a single sale online, right? So that's what I want to dive into today. And there's really 5 steps. And what I love about these 5 steps is it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. I mean, you could be a course creator, you could be a coach, you can be a network marketer, you can have a product that you sell, you can be a real estate agent or an insurance broker or like anything. And if you nail these 5 steps, then you are going to profit from your social media presence. And if you're not profiting from your social media presence, 99.9% chance it's because you're missing one or more of these 5 steps. And it might be that you know the step, but you're just not executing it properly, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like we are all learning all the time. We're always trying to get better. There's always a place to improve. I know my mom and I can improve in each of these 5 steps, right? Even today where we have a lot of room for improvement. So you get to earn while you learn, which is really cool. But if you're not actually making progress and making sales consistently on social media from the effort you're putting in, I'm telling you, it's because you're missing one of these 5 steps. So, hey there, Kim and Tammy. And I think that's my mom up there that said, whoop, whoop, let's grow, which is really exciting. So and she's answering questions in the chat and all that good stuff. So if you have questions, definitely throw them in the chat and we'll get them answered for you. But let's dive into these 5 phases. All right. And the first one, incredibly important because without it, you really have nothing. The other 4 don't matter if you don't have the first one. And that is, you've got to have the systems in place to attract the right audience, right? You've got to have the systems in place to attract the right audience. That is step number 1. Okay, so if you are showing up, you're giving value, you're posting. Those of you on Facebook, and I'm going to give this example because this happened to me and my mom, right? When we started building our brand on social media, we started with Facebook. Hey, Shayla. Hey, Beth. Good morning. So we started with Facebook. And tell me if this has ever happened to you. I could post a picture of Winky, my dog. If you're in our world, you know Winky. I could post a picture of Winky, and it would get like dozens of likes, dozens of comments. If I didn't post a picture of her frequently enough, I'd get messages from people saying like, "What's wrong? Where's Winky?" Right? So like everybody loved Winky. But then I would post something about my business, even something valuable, like not even a promotional post, but like try to give value regarding my niche, regarding my industry, what I was trying to help people with. And it was like nothing. It was crickets, right? Like I might get 1 or 2 likes. My mom always liked my posts. I always liked her posts. Sometimes you'd have like a business coach who would like our post or comment. But like beyond that, I could put something about my personal life and it was crazy. People went nuts for it. And I try to give value, try to show up as like an expert or an authority or a resource, and it was nothing. Has that ever happened to you? Where you're just like, what the heck, dude? Nobody cares what I'm talking about, right? Nobody cares about this value that I'm giving. Nobody cares about this book I'm reading. Nobody cares about this hot tip I just dropped. Do you ever feel that way? I want to tell you why this is happening because this used to happen to us all the time. It happens because you don't have the right audience yet, right? My Nana loves me. She might be watching this video right now. I don't know. Yeah, it feels so embarrassing. Yes. You nailed it. And StreamYard is not telling me who dropped this comment, but I'm going to put it up on the screen because you nailed it. Because that is how it feels, right? You feel embarrassed. You're like, man, I shouldn't have even posted that. And you kind of want to go back and delete it, right? Because you're just like, oh my gosh, everybody thinks I'm a weirdo. I have some good news about that though. You're not a weirdo and nobody thinks that you're a weirdo. They just don't care. My Nana loves me, but she doesn't care about my business tips, right? She's not going to like them. She's not going to comment on them. She's not going to say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That was so helpful, right? Oh, it was mom. Mom. Okay. Yes, mom, you nailed it. Perfect. I don't know why it's not telling me her name. It's so weird. StreamYard's strange sometimes, but it's embarrassing and you want to go delete it and you feel like you're doing something wrong. But the reality is you just haven't attracted the right audience yet. Because as you start to grow your audience, and there's strategies to help you do that, as you start to grow the correct audience, now all of a sudden, your business posts, meaning the value you're giving, the promotions you're putting out there, all of it starts to get more traction, more engagement, more likes, more comments, more messages than your personal posts do, right? And that is a really cool shift that starts to happen when you're building the right audience. So if you're feeling defeated, you're feeling embarrassed by the content that you're putting out there, not getting the reaction that you want, it's not your content, it's your audience, okay? And so the first step to creating a profitable social media presence is to attract the right audience. right? So how do you attract the right audience? You've got to have a strategy in place for putting out the right kind of content that is going to actually attract people. So the problem with posting all this content on your Facebook profile is you're not attracting anybody. The only people seeing it are your current friends and followers. And if those current friends and followers are not your ideal audience, they don't care and they're never going to care because they're just not interested in it, right? So you've got to do activities and actions on social media to attract that audience. One way you can do that on Facebook is through Facebook Reels now. Reels get pushed out to everybody, right? Facebook will look at the reel, they'll look at the keywords, they'll listen to the audio, they'll say, oh, this person's talking about entrepreneurship, or this person's talking about health, or this person's talking about photography. And the Facebook algorithm is so dang smart, it's going to take that video and throw it out to the photographers that want to see it, the people who are interested in health, the people who are trying to grow a business on social media and they need your tips, right? The algorithm is going to throw that post out to them so that they can find you, okay? Same thing on Instagram. And what's cool about Instagram is it's not just reels, right? This happens on Instagram with any post that you put out there. The algorithm is going to examine that post and it's going to throw it out there so that people who don't know you will find you, okay? Same with TikTok, all right? And TikTok has stories now, which is really cool. I just figured that out a few days ago. So, and yeah, reels are different than stories. Stories, only people following you are going to see your stories. Reels get pushed out to a ton of people who don't know you yet. In fact, they primarily get pushed out to people who don't know you yet. All right. So you've got to have your strategies in place for attracting. And the number one mistake we see people make on social media when it comes to attracting the right audience is they are taking the wrong activities, thinking that the content they're putting out there is going to grow their audience, when in reality, they're not putting the right kind of content in the right place, in the right format, so that the algorithm will go find those people and bring them to you. All right. So, and Facebook Reels are only on mobile. So if you can't access Reels from your desktop, but on mobile, you can access Reels. And if you open up, just make sure your app is fully updated. And I'll just show you really quickly where they show up, because that's a great question. So I'm going to, hopefully you can see this, but if you go to your Facebook feed, you'll see the word reel right there under, and that's where you would go to post a status or to post a reel, right? And then here at the top, you see stories, reels, and rooms. So if you click on the reels tab, now all of a sudden you're seeing reels from people who you are not following or friends with. It's not pulling up the image, I don't know why, but that's where you can see reels. They also now are showing in your feed, okay, which is really valuable. So that's the first step, attract an audience. Now, what's the next step? Maybe you're growing an audience, but this audience still not resulting in leads and sales, right? Maybe you put out a reel and it got thousands of views, right? Thousands of views, but nothing happened, right? Your following didn't grow that much. Your email list certainly didn't grow, certainly didn't get any sales. So what are you missing when that happens, right? If you are attracting an audience, but you're still not getting anywhere, it's likely because you're not capturing leads, okay? So the first step is to attract the right audience. The second step is to have the systems in place to capture leads, okay? When you capture a lead, what you are essentially doing is you are taking someone's time and attention and information, and you are bringing them into your ecosystem where they will be now connected to you, right? So sometimes capturing attention means that someone saw your reel and now they're going to come to your profile and they're going to follow you. That's a form of capturing, right? But our favorite way to capture leads is to use what we call a freebie funnel that allows you to give your audience free information in exchange for their name and email address, okay? Because now you are building not just a social media following, but you are building a highly engaged email list. How many of you right now, let me know in the comments, how many of you right now are watching this video because you got an email from us about 15 minutes ago that said, hey, we're about to go live. We want you to come hang out with us. Let me know in the chat if you got that email and that's what brought you here, right? So I talked last week about why you need to build an email list. And again, not going to harp on it today, but yeah, Shayla. Yep, exactly. Yes, me. See, look, and I will tell you, as big as our audience is, if we don't send out that email, we have over 10,000 people in our Facebook group where this video is streaming right now. And if we don't send the email, nobody shows up for our lives. Why? Because they don't know about it, they don't see it, right? But if we send an email, that allows us to get in front of more people, our people who have raised their hand and said, hey, I love what you're sharing. I want more information from you, right? So that's where your email list comes into play. So you've got to have a strategy in place for capturing leads. And there's lots of ways you can do this, right? One way to capture leads is to simply sit down and send a message to everybody that is following you, right? You get a new follower, you send them a message, you chat with them, and then you maybe invite them to join a Facebook group, or you invite them to get on your email list, and then you add them manually. That's kind of the old school, low tech way of doing it. But if you want to automate this process, you've got to create a freebie funnel so that maybe in the link in your bio, you can offer that freebie and people can enter their name and email any time of the day or night and become a lead and get on your email list. One of the first things I do every morning, I just do it for my own, like, I don't know, it encourages me, right? It encourages me. I don't need to do this in the mornings, but it encourages me. One of the first things I do every morning is I open up a tab on my phone to see how many leads we connected with while I was asleep. I think it's really cool. Like 4 years into building an email list, and I still wake up every morning and geek out when I see that we have 15 new humans on our email list that came in while I was asleep. That's so dang cool, right? Like it doesn't get any better than that. And our email software has already communicated with them and told them hello and introduced ourselves to them while we were sleeping. Like that's so cool. So I could geek out about email lists all day long, and I know a lot of people don't geek out about them, but that's what I love about them is the automation, right? I don't have to be working for it to be working for me, right? So kind of connecting that attract audience to capturing leads, you put out a great high value piece of content talking about a tip, a strategy, a formula, whatever it is that you're talking about. And then in that caption, you tell people, do you want to dive deeper into this? Check out my free XYZ resource. The link is in my bio. Now, all of a sudden, these people are viewing your content. They're coming to your profile. They're clicking on that link. They're giving you their name. They're giving you your email. So you've not just attracted, you have now captured. Okay. So that's the second step. So what comes after capture? After you capture someone as a lead, whether they're on your email list or maybe they're just a follower or whatever, once you've captured this person's information, now you've got to build a relationship with them. Okay. Something my mom and I hear all the time, and my mom can agree with this in the comments, I know, is we get told all the time how much people appreciate how real we are, right? If you're in the Dream Factory and you happen to be on our content creation workshop yesterday, you got to see how real I am, right? Trying to show you guys how to record reels. And I had so many people in that workshop say, like, holy moly, thank you. I thought I was the only one that had a hard time doing this, right? And so I think more than anything, that content workshop was like validation for people that creating content is sometimes just kind of clunky, right? You feel silly doing it. You mess up 80 times before you get the one correct, right? So we're talking about that on the workshop. And the reason we like to show that side of our business is because it makes us real. So you've got to be nurturing your audience, nurturing trust. People don't buy from companies. People buy from people, right? People buy from people, and they buy from people they know, like, and trust. So how do you nurture your audience? The number one way to nurture your audience is to show up in front of them consistently. Okay? Ray Higdon said something to us many years ago that just like totally stuck with us. And we make it our mantra in everything that we do in business. And here's what it is. Everywhere you go, there I am, right? Everywhere you go, there I am. You go check your email. Oh, there's an email from Kathy and Jordan. You jump on Facebook. Oh, yeah, there's a post from them in that group. That's a really great tip. Oh man, that's a funny engagement strategy, right? And then they hop over to Instagram. Oh, Kathy's talking in her stories today. I wonder what she's talking about. I'm going to click on that and check it out. Go over to YouTube, boom, on your recommendation page. There's Jordan and Kathy. They're talking, they're giving more value. Holy moly, they are everywhere. And what's really cool is with the right strategies in place, you can give the perception of being everywhere even when you're really not there. And what I mean by that is your content continues to show up for you. So, you might see a post from us on Facebook while we're out shopping for shoes, right? We're not actually on Facebook at that moment or on YouTube or on Instagram, but you're going to see that whenever you are on Facebook or on Instagram or on YouTube. Same thing with our emails. Our emails typically go out around 7 a.m. Eastern time. I'm not on the computer at 7 a.m. Eastern time writing you an email. I'm just not, sorry. But you're going to get an email from us at that time because we know that's when people are most likely to open our emails is if we send them at that time. It's crazy. That's when we get the most opens. So you've got to nurture your audience by showing up consistently. And our two favorite ways to do that actually, I'm going to say three favorite ways. Your email list, consistently communicating with your email list, and starting a Facebook group where you give free value. If you're in the female entrepreneur community, we do that all the time in that group, and showing up in your stories, right? As your audience grows, you get to show up in your stories, and that really creates a connection with your audience. And what's so cool is you can automate and pre-schedule almost all of this, right? So that, last fall when my husband and I went on a 3-week RV trip all across the country, our emails were still going out, our posts were still showing up. And then I got to show up on stories and take you along with us on our little adventures, right? So you can automate and pre-schedule most of your nurturing activities. And by simply being in front of people consistently, you are building a raving fan audience, right? Of people who they just love to consume your stuff because they love you. Not because you're being all polished and special, but just because you're showing up as your real self and you're giving value and you're taking people along on your journey. All right. Yeah. And mom's right. Social media scheduler totally depends on the social media. Planoly is a good one, but I'll let mom get you guys together a list. Planoly doesn't work for Facebook though. So, all right. Next up, what comes after nurture? You're attracting this audience, you're capturing these leads, you're building this trust, but we still haven't really made sales yet, right? So how do you make sales? You've got to convert, okay? You've got to have conversion strategies in place that move your leads into customers as quickly as possible, okay? So how do you do that? By showing up. And again, I'm just like harping on this showing up thing, but again, you're going to do it through your email marketing and through your social media. Okay. So we have email funnels that when you come onto our list, you're going to get a series of emails from us that are going to lead you to one of our paid programs, depending on how you came into that list, right? We are going to talk about our paid programs and our stories. We're going to end every single post, every single video with a call to action that is somehow connected to a conversion strategy so that we're not just creating leads, we're creating sales. Why? Okay? Why are sales so important? For one thing, sales are how your business stays alive. Sales are how your business stays in business, but it's even more important than that. I know I can help you in this video right now. Am I helping you? Am I giving you value? Let me know in the comments if you're getting value. If you're getting like kind of some aha moments, you're like, wow, this is really good. If you've thought that, let me know if you're getting value. Okay. But I know we can give you infinitely more value if you become one of our customers, right? Maybe you buy our Posting for Profits program. It's a 60-minute masterclass. It's very low price. And it's a great first step for people who want to learn how to start posting with a purpose instead of just posting and praying, right? Or maybe you become a member of the Dream Factory And you get daily social media post templates from us and action plan templates so that you can work your business in under 60 minutes a day. And you don't have to stress about what to post on social media because Jordan and Kathy are in your inbox every single morning telling you exactly what to post to get the results you want, right? Maybe you are in Laptop Lifestyle Academy and you get to hang out with us for like hours and hours every single week. Our Laptop Lifestyle students, I see a couple of them in here. Let me know if you get value from the live Q&As that we do inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy. My mom and I spend an average of 3 to 4 hours every single week doing live Q&As for our Laptop Lifestyle students. And the replays are always available. You can push your questions in advance. So even if you can't be there live, we'll still talk about your questions live. Like, we give so much value in that program. So I know if I can get you to go from just being a casual social media follower to becoming a Laptop Lifestyle Academy student or a Dream Factory member, I know we can help you so much more, right? So that is why conversions are important for your business, because conversions are what creates success stories for your people, right? Like, you can give someone weight loss tips all day, every day, but if they get on your weight loss supplement, holy moly, now you're really helping them, right? So if you truly believe in the product, the service, the business that you are on social media promoting, it is your obligation to learn how to sell it to people, right? Because the more people you sell it to, the more people you get to help. All right. So we've covered 4 of the 5 steps so far. You've got to have the systems in place to attract the right audience. You've got to know how to capture that audience and convert and turn them into leads, right? You've got to be able to take those leads and build a real relationship with them through your email marketing and your social media marketing. And you've got to be able to then convert sales with the people that are in your audience so that you can really, really help them. And then from there, our last step, and we call it upgrade, right? You've got this machine now that's generating you daily leads, it's generating you sales, but how do you grow it? How do you scale it? And upgrade is my favorite phase. And I know it's my mom's favorite phase. And upgrade is the phase that I think is, well, I don't think I know. Upgrade is the phase that has made the biggest difference in our business. And what I mean by upgrade is, how do you now take this foundation that you have and pour some gasoline on it and just blow it up, right? How do you continue to grow your audience bigger and bigger and bigger while continuing to point them to anything that you want them to buy based on your recommendation, right? So something my mom and I do really well, and I'm not like bragging, but I am saying this because we help our students with this as well. Something we do really, really well is we build a business that is very well rounded with multiple streams of income. And the reason we've been able to do that is because of the foundation of those first 4 steps. So when an affiliate opportunity comes along that we really believe in, for example, if Ray Higdon comes out with a new program and he asks us to help promote it, we trust Ray Higdon, like crazy, crazy trust him with our audience, right? So of course we're going to recommend his stuff to you, right? And our audience purchases that stuff from us based on our recommendation because we've done the first 4 steps, right? Maybe we want to grow our network marketing team, right? And people know us, like us, trust us. They need a business idea. They're stuck in their business. So we point them to the network marketing company that we're a partner of, and they love the idea of getting to work more closely with us. So now they become a network marketing team member. Maybe they have bought Posting for Profit and they've loved it, but they want more. So now they become an LLA student, right? So upgrade is all about, how do you take this foundation and turn it into a marketing machine that's just churning out leads and sales and signups pretty much on demand anytime you want to, okay? And you do that, again, through the way you communicate with your audience, through social media and your email marketing, okay? Now, upgrade, I already said, is like our favorite phase, right? But it's also the kind of the biggest part. So it's hard to cover that here in this video. But what I want to do, and I'm really excited about this, it's so cool. I want to invite you to our brand new free social selling workshop experience. Okay? So my mom and I have been working on this for about 10 weeks. We have put together a 3-day virtual workshop experience for you where we are going to show you how to turn your social media content into a marketing machine that generates leads and sales for you 24/7. All right. This workshop is going to take place virtually on social media. And within the workshop, there's going to be basically a quick 30-minute training each day with a quick action step you can take. And we're going to be here to guide you through this 3-day workshop so that by the end, you are extremely clear on exactly what to do step by step to put all 5 of these phases into play in your business. And I actually, give me just a second, because what I want to do, I want to show you the workshop page, because I think it's going to be very valuable for you. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm going to get it pulled up. I'm going to share my screen because I want to show you everything you're going to get in this. Okay. All right. So here we are, our social selling workshop experience. Give us 3 days and we're going to show you exactly what it takes to create a profitable social media presence. Okay. Down here, here's what we're going to cover in the 3 days. Okay. How to go from a social media nobody with no audience or influence to the go-to expert in your industry. Okay. This will work even if you're starting from scratch. I'm talking like you have no audience, you have no influence yet, right? Day 1 is going to help you take care of that. Okay. Day 2, now that you know how to grow this audience and become this go-to person, how do you turn cold leads into hot sales instantly without doing launches, without having to do Zoom calls, without having to send cold messages or engage for hours on social media? Okay. And day 3, how do you create what we call an evergreen profit system that will take you from no sales to celebrating your first $20,000 month? Okay. This is what you're going to get during the 3-day workshop. So all you have to do is go to this link here on the page, globalfreedomcommunity.com/workshop. And then you will just click on any one of these big purple buttons on the screen, and it'll allow you to reserve your seat for the workshop. Frequently asked questions. What are the dates? It's going to be Tuesday, April 19th, Wednesday, April 20th, Thursday, April 21st. We're going to do a live training each day that we're going to keep under 30 minutes. And then there's going to be a quick homework assignment. It will be live, but you will get instant access to the replay each day. And if you reserve your seat, you will also have 7 additional days to catch up on the replays. So maybe you're going to be traveling that week. Maybe you work during the day and you can't watch it live. That's okay. You just reserve your seat. We're going to send you the replay. You'll get a whole week to watch the replays before they get taken down. This workshop is perfect for any marketer, coach, course creator, solopreneur, kind of like what I said at the beginning of this video, right? If you are interested in to start profiting from your social media presence, this workshop was created exactly for you. Even if you are starting from scratch, even if you have no audience yet, even if you maybe don't even know what you want to sell yet, that's okay. We're going to help walk you through all of these steps during this workshop experience. Okay. So head on over to globalfreedomcommunity.com/workshop and reserve your seat. Okay. We want to hang out with you inside this workshop experience for 3 days. We are going to take your business from stuck, from spinning your wheels, from feeling defeated and deflated and embarrassed, right? Because you've just been trying so hard and it's not growing. It's not turning into what you always said it would or hoped it would or wished it would. We're going to take you from that to knowing exactly what it takes to put these 5 steps in place for your business. Regardless of what you want to sell, regardless of where you want to lead people, we're going to help you do that, right? Because these 5 steps are universal. So Thanks for hanging out with me today. I had a blast. I hope you did. I saw all the comments in here from everyone saying how much value that they got. I really appreciate that. Makes me feel good. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Thanks for reserving your seat. I see Tammy just reserved her seat. Fantastic. Kim, Delroy, Shayla, I love it. Yes, yes, yes. So have a wonderful day. We will see you back here next Thursday. We've got one more video in this social selling series before the workshop kicks off. And next week, we're going to talk about some of the strategies that are kind of killing your business. Okay. So get ready to hang out with us next Thursday, right back here, same time, same place. And we can't wait to hang out with you more inside the workshop during those three days later in April. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you soon. Bye, y'all.